and equivalent examination this year will start from 15 September. HSC will start in November. CAC has called upon all the parties to participate in the upcoming parliamentary elections. Awami League does not want uncontested election but wants a competitive one, said Ubaidul Qadir. Assalamu alaikum, welcome to myTV News. I am Farhani Yasmin with your news. Today watching headlines, now the details. The secondary school certificate SSC and equivalent examination this year will start from 15 September, while the higher secondary certificate HSC and equivalent examination will start in November, says Education Minister Dr. Deepa Moni at the press conference today at her ministry. The Education Minister said that books will be given to flood-affected students by the July 24th. There will be no chance in the syllabus for the examination on June 19. The Education Minister also said that there will not be much break between the examination dates. Chief Election Commissioner Kazi Habibul Awal has called upon all the parties to participate in the upcoming parliamentary election. He said that the government needs support to make the election fair. Besides this, CAC called for a political settlement of the political crisis. He said this will be for starting the dialogue with the registered political parties ahead of the 12th national parliamentary election. The dialogue started at 10:30 a.m. with a meeting with the NDM. The dialogue of this phase of the EC will end with a meeting with the Awami League on July 31st. Awami League wants election under the party government while remaining the state power for the rest of its lives, says BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir. He told reporters at the political party chairman office in the afternoon that it is not possible for any commission under the Awami League to conduct a fair election. Mirza Fakhrul said about the meeting of the BNP leader with the foreigners, it was a bilateral discussion and courtesy meeting. Awami League does not want uncontested election but wants a competitive one, said Party General Secretary and Bridge Minister Ubaidul Qadir. The minister said this to a journalist after a view exchange meeting with the concerned official and employees at the Bangladesh Road Transport Corporation BRTC head office today. Ubaidul Qadir said Awami League does not want an uncontested election but a competitive election in a credible manner. BNP is now out of politics, and that is why the leader of the party are trying to communicate with the different embassies after a task, said Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood. He said this at a discussion meeting held at the press club in the afternoon today. Hassan Mahmood also commented that if the party is united, Awami League will win the next election with huge votes. A gang was stealing car documents by posing as a passenger in various public transport of the capital. After collecting the car owner's phone number, the money was asked to return the documents. In some cases, transport owners were forced to pay a monthly subscription on condition of return of documents. Sometimes they threatened to burn the car if they didn't pay. The CAD has arrested 4 persons, including the mastermind of the ring, which has been collecting extortion in this innovative way for almost 2 years. With the help of information technology, 4 members of the gang were arrested from Mohammadpur police station area of Dhaka on Saturday night. Additional DIG of CID Dhaka Metro said these things in a press conference organized at Malibag CID office in the capital, Imam Hossain. Viewers, we're taking a short break. We'll be back with thousands of firefighters are continuing to battle wildfires in Portugal, Spain and France. Bangladesh opener Tamim Iqbal announced his retirement from T20 International. Welcome back. Thanks for being with us. Former Prime Minister of Nepal, Zilla commented that Bangladesh has become the economic center of the South Asia under the strong leadership of Sheikh Hasina. He said that Nepal-Bangladesh relationship is long-standing. The present government of Bangladesh is sincere enough to further develop this relationship. He said these things during the meeting of the Chairman of Education Monitoring Forum and Secretary General SASRC Human Rights Foundation Professor Muhammad Abed Ali with the former Prime Minister Zilla in Kathmandu yesterday. During the meeting, the human rights lead invited the former Prime Minister of Nepal to the International Human Rights Conference to be held in Dhaka on December 10, 2022. Viewers, now international news. Thousands of firefighters are continuing to battle wildfires in Portugal, Spain and France as a heat wave shows no sign of easing. In the northern Portugal, a pilot died when his water-bombing a plane crashed in the Fosco area near the Spanish border. The Portuguese authorities say at least 238 people have died from the heat over the past week. Fires are ravaging area of France's southwestern region, where over 12,000 people have been evacuated. Heat waves have become more frequent, more intense, and last longer because of the human-induced climate change. The world has already warmed by about 1.1 Celsius since the industrial era began, and temperature will keep rising unless the governments around the world make a step cut to carbon emissions. A Ukrainian cargo plane carrying munitions from Serbia to Bangladesh crashed near the city of Kavala in northern Greece today, says Serbian authorities. Drone images from the scene showed debris from the Balkan Antonov and 12 aircraft strewn in the fields. And Greek authorities say there were 8 crew members on board, and Ukrainian Foreign Ministry spokesman said they were all Ukrainian citizens. Serbia's defense minister said the plane was carrying 11.5 tons of products made by the defense industry, and the buyer was the Bangladesh Defense Ministry. He said the crew members were killed, and Greek authorities could not provide information on the aircraft cargo, but the Special Disaster Response Unit and army experts were being dispatched to investigate the scene. Iran has imposed a sanction on 61 more Americans, including a former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, for backing an Iranian dissident group. And Tehran said on the Saturday as a month of talk to revive a 2015 nuclear deal remained yet an impasse. Others blacklisted by Iran's foreign minister for voicing support for the excited dissident group Mujahideen Khalq included Republican former President Donald Trump and personal attorney Rudy Giuliani and former White House National Security Advisor John Bolton. Iranian state media reported the sanction issued against a dozen Americans in the post of various grounds let Iranian authorities seize any assets they hold in Iran. Viewers, now sports. Bangladesh opener Tamim Iqbal announced his retirement from T20 on Saturday, drawing a curtains on a 15-year-long career in the shortest format. Iqbal took to his official Facebook page to announce his decision following Bangladesh 3-0 series victory in the ODI series against the West Indies. And January, Tamim took a 6-month-long break from the format. However, he did take part in a domestic T20 tournament. Throughout his time, Tamim had also escaped the T20 World Cup last year, but insisted that he hadn't returned from the format then. We are about to end the headlines once again. SSC and equivalent examination this year will start from 15 September. HSC will start in November. CAC has called upon all the parties to participate in the upcoming parliamentary election. Awami League does not want uncontested election but wants competitive one, said Badul Qadir. Thousands of firefighters are continuing to battle wildfires in Portugal, Spain and France. Bangladesh opener Tamim Iqbal announced his retirement from T20 International. Thanks for being with us. To join with MyTV News online, visit YouTube/MyTV News. To watch all our programs, visit YouTube/MyTV Bangla, Facebook/MyTV Bangla. Our next debut will be telecast 7:30 p.m. Stay connected and Allah Hafiz.